Coach Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever goes on the Good Follow podcast and talks about Caitlyn Clark's development, her techs for next season, at least like what she wants them to be, and a lot more of the Indiana Fever. So in watching Stephanie White talk about Caitlyn Clark's development, it was very fascinating to get her take on it as an actual coach.
We already know that Caitlyn has put on some strength and muscle. She had that viral picture.
Yeah, you saw that, yeah. I asked her if it was Photoshopped.
She said it was AI. What aspects of her game would you like to work with her on for this season?
Yeah, I mean, certainly getting stronger was one. You know, the level of physicality in the W is totally different.
Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White recently sat down for an interview on the Good Follow podcast, and she dropped some serious knowledge about her plans for Caitlyn Clark's development in the upcoming WNBA season. White isn't just tweaking a few things here and there. She's completely reworking Clark's skill set, rebuilding her game from the ground up. She's focusing on diversifying Clark's offensive arsenal, improving her finishing techniques, and transforming her off-ball movement. It's a holistic approach, a complete overhaul designed to take Clark's already impressive game to unprecedented heights. The transformation is already underway, and the early results, according to White, are incredibly promising. So if you're a Caitlyn Clark fan, get ready because you're about to witness the evolution of a superstar.
Keeping a low center of gravity. You know, there are times where she plays a little bit upright, making sure core strength and her ability to move with time under tension and stay in a low center of gravity is important. You know, lateral movement, like one of the challenges that we're coming to her with right away is on the defensive end of the floor. You know, use your size, use your length. You've got to that's got to be a priority, right? That's got to be a priority to play both ends, because we don't have to go from, 11 or 12 to 1 or 2, but we got to get to middle of the pack.
Remember that viral photo of Caitlyn Clark that had everyone talking? The one where she's looking ripped, her arms sculpted, her physique more reminiscent of a CrossFit athlete than a basketball player? Well, Coach White has confirmed that those muscles are 100% real, no Photoshop, no AI trickery. Clark has been hitting the gym hard this offseason, dedicating herself to a rigorous strength training program designed to prepare her for the physical demands of the WNBA. And it's not just about looking good, it's about performance. As a rookie, Clark often struggled against stronger, more physical defenders. They would push her off balance, disrupt her rhythm, and prevent her from getting to her spots on the court. But now, with her newfound strength and muscle mass, Clark is ready to hold her own against the league's toughest defenders, to impose her will on the game, and to dominate in ways she couldn't before.
To be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation, going right and left. I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify, her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable.
Certainly getting stronger was one, White explained in the Good Follow interview, emphasizing the importance of Clark's physical transformation. The level of physicality in the W is totally different. That's the way that teams have to try to keep her off balance. But it's not just about brute strength, it's about resilience, about the ability to absorb contact, maintain balance, and keep playing at a high level even when facing physical pressure. And that's where Clark's mental toughness, her unwavering determination to improve, comes into play. What's truly remarkable about Caitlyn Clark isn't just her talent, it's her work ethic, her relentless pursuit of perfection. From the very first day, we focused on balance and footwork, Coach White recalled, and by day 2, she had it. Wow. White compared Clark's dedication and focus to that of Kobe Bryant, a legendary NBA player known for his obsessive work ethic and his relentless drive to be the best. She's a perfectionist, White observed, and she wants it, and she's going to work on it. This comparison to Kobe, a player who embodied the very essence of hard work and dedication, is a testament to Clark's own unwavering commitment to excellence and her potential to become a true legend of the game. White also stressed the importance of Clark becoming a more complete player, of using her size and length to her advantage on both ends of the court. Lateral movement, she emphasized. One of the challenges is on the defensive end. Use your size, use your length. You've got to make that a priority.
Great to hear, because everybody knows the thing with Caitlyn that made her so good was that everyone knows what she's doing and they can't stop it. If she's going left, she wants to shoot the step back. If she goes right, she wants to go to the basket. And yes, there are times that she can like kind of fade away a bit over the right shoulder, or she can make a kind of move going right and slow down, speed up. Like, she's very, very good, quick first step, and runs so well in transition.
To be able to have different types of finishing looks, whether it's, crossbody finishes, whether it's floaters at the rim, whether it's quick floaters, long floaters, Euros. You can't quite be as fundamentally predictable with as much athleticism, speed, quickness, and as much as the game plan is going to be geared toward her.
This is like the cream of the crop. They are going to catch on to the idea that she doesn't like to drive left. She always wants to drive right because she's right hand dominated. And when she does her step backs, she likes to step back and go left. So I did see in some of her workout videos the practicing of her developing a left hand. I saw her stepping right. So these are all great things to be developing for an already elite player.
To be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation, going right and left.
But raw talent and athleticism aren't enough to dominate in the WNBA. The league is filled with skilled players, experienced veterans who know how to exploit weaknesses and neutralize even the most gifted athletes. And as Clark's rookie season progressed, a troubling pattern emerged. Her game had become predictable. Defenders knew her tendencies, they anticipated her moves, and they began to shut her down. Everybody knows the thing with Caitlyn that made her so good was that everyone knows what she's doing and they can't stop it, one analyst observed. If she's going left, she wants to shoot the step back. If she goes right, she wants to go to the basket. This predictability, this reliance on the same moves, became Clark's biggest weakness. Opposing teams began to overplay her right hand, forcing her left, and crowding her signature step-back jumper. And as the season wore on, her effectiveness waned, her scoring average dipped, and the once unstoppable force began to look, well, stoppable. Coach White, recognizing the problem, has made diversifying Clark's offensive arsenal a top priority.
Doing a Euro, which at that point, it had hit me that I have never thought about Caitlyn Clark doing a Euro. But you know what? I have to call this out.
That's going to be a huge thing. I don't expect it to be her to be perfectly good going left and right at an equal rate next year. Don't expect her to shoot the same going right, or I don't expect her to drive the same going left. But it's like, it took LeBron till 2013 realistically to be able to drive drive at the same level left as right. So I don't expect that to happen to Caitlyn Clark in a year, but if there's a bit of an improvement year on year, she's going to be even more unstoppable.
One of the key additions to Clark's offensive repertoire is the Euro step, a move that could completely transform her game. Imagine this. Clark drives to the basket, her newfound strength allowing her to power through defenders. But instead of her predictable right-hand drive, she suddenly executes a crafty Euro step, shifting her momentum, changing direction mid-air, and leaving her defender flat-footed. She can then finish at the rim with either hand, making her virtually unguardable. And the good news? Coach White has confirmed that Clark is already making significant progress in developing her left hand, adding a new dimension to her game and making her a far more unpredictable and dangerous offensive threat. But even the most talented athletes have their limits. As Clark's rookie season progressed, fatigue became a factor. In the latter stages of games, her legs would get heavy, her shots would fall short, and her decision-making would suffer. She was simply exhausted, the physical and mental demands of carrying her team taking their toll. Coach White recognized this problem and devised a brilliant solution. Strategic rest, not by taking Clark out of the game, but by changing her role on the court. Instead of relying on her to constantly create offense, to be the primary ball handler, White plans to utilize Clark more effectively off the ball, allowing her to conserve energy while still making a significant impact on the game. This involves positioning her on the third and fourth sides of the court, areas where defenses don't typically expect her to be, allowing her to catch opponents off guard and create opportunities for her teammates.
And then I think the challenge for us as coaches is how do we get her rest when she's on the floor while she's playing, right? Like while she's on the floor. And some of that's going to be playing off ball, utilize her as a screener, getting her into action on the third and fourth side instead of the first and second, where it's easy to game plan against. Now, how we use her to help everybody else be better off the ball. We know how great she is with the ball in her hands. We're not going to take that away, but we've got to be able to diversify a bit in how we use her. So
White's plan for Caitlyn Clark isn't just about adding a few new moves or tweaking her playing style. It's about a complete transformation, a fundamental shift in her approach to the game. It's about turning her from a predictable one-dimensional scorer into a versatile, multifaceted offensive weapon. And this transformation, this evolution of her game, will not only make her more effective in the short term, but it will also extend her career, protecting her body from the wear and tear of the WNBA's demanding schedule. It took LeBron till 2013, one analyst noted, to be able to drive at the same level left as right. So I don't expect it to happen to Caitlyn Clark in a year, but a bit of an improvement year on year, she's going to be even more unstoppable. Another key element of White's strategy is using Clark as a screener, a tactic that's become increasingly popular in the NBA, particularly with Steph Curry. When Clark sets a screen, defenses are forced to make a difficult choice. If they switch, Clark has a mismatch against a slower defender, creating an opportunity for an easy basket. If they fight through the screen, the player Clark is screening for will likely be open for a shot. Either way, the offense has an advantage, and Clark, without even touching the ball, can dictate the flow of the game and create scoring opportunities for her teammates. This strategic use of screens not only maximizes Clark's impact, but also allows her to rest and conserve energy without having to leave the court. It's a brilliant tactic that addresses both her fatigue and her team's offensive efficiency.
As well. I mean, we've got like a short-term kind of list and we got a long-term kind of list, but Caitlyn, I remember from the very first day when we were working on balance and we were working on footwork and we were looking at all those things, from day 1 to day 2, she had it.
Wow.
Like she's a perfectionist and she wants it and she's going to work on it. So that long list might get shorter every day we're in practice.
Very true, because she's going to get burned out. So I think that, and Caitlyn Clark mentioned wanting to play off ball a little bit, but I think it's true that having her play off ball is going to give her a little bit of a rest, and that makes her game more sustainable. She doesn't burn out as much.
Caitlyn Clark's impact on the WNBA is undeniable. She's brought a level of excitement and energy to the game that's captivated audiences and changed the way people view women's basketball. Her electrifying style of play, her clutch performances, and her down-to-earth personality have made her a fan favorite, a role model, and a symbol of the growing power and influence of women's sports. She's filling arenas, boosting TV ratings, and driving merchandise sales through the roof. She's even attracting fans who've never watched a WNBA game before, people who are drawn to her infectious enthusiasm and her undeniable star power. She shoots low-goal threes, passes the ball like Magic Johnson, scores a lot of points, leads the league in assists, one commentator marveled. She's a great player, and she plays and shoots and releases the ball like Steph Curry. This comparison to two of the NBA's all-time greats highlights the unique and captivating nature of Clark's game, her ability to combine athleticism, skill, and showmanship in a way that's both entertaining and inspiring. But her impact extends far beyond the court. Caitlyn Clark is a cultural icon, a symbol of female empowerment, and a powerful voice for change within the WNBA. She's advocated for better pay for female athletes, improved travel accommodations, and increased media coverage of women's sports. She's using her platform to challenge outdated stereotypes and to create a more equitable and inclusive environment for female athletes. And her efforts are paying off, as the WNBA is experiencing a surge in popularity and investment, thanks in no small part to Clark's influence. This is a pivotal moment for women's basketball, a time of unprecedented growth and opportunity, and Caitlyn Clark is leading the charge, inspiring a new generation of players and fans to dream bigger, to push harder, and to believe in the power of women's sports to change the world.
That is such a big thing to hear from Stephanie White, and it should calm people down a little bit when it comes to Caitlyn Clark playing off the ball, because obviously, if a coach has a plan and vision and a proper plan and vision.
So get ready, because the next chapter in the Caitlyn Clark saga is about to begin. With a new coach, a new system, and a newfound commitment to physical and mental toughness, she's poised to dominate the WNBA like never before. She'll be facing new challenges, tougher opponents, and the ever-present pressure to live up to the hype. But if her past performance is any indication, if her unwavering dedication to excellence is any measure of her potential, then Caitlyn Clark is more than ready for whatever the future holds. She's not just a star, she's a supernova, and the WNBA, with her at the helm, is about to explode onto the global stage. Are you ready? Type CC in the comments if you're excited to see what Caitlyn Clark does next. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth analysis and commentary on the WNBA's biggest stars and most exciting storylines.